Underwood. Thin ice! To smoke some weed and shut up. My God.
Oh, I thought for sure. There it is. Boom! Yes!
All right. Illini Basketball Podcast episode 194, January something, 28th, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, got it. Sunday.
They keep getting, the introductions keep getting better and better.
I mean, the goal is that, right? You know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Definitely big improvements here. Illinois coming off of a win-ish. No, it's a win. You gotta win games in the Big Ten. Doesn't matter how you do it, but definitely not a win where you want to look like that ever again, right?
Yeah, I mean, just came out. They just came out flat again. It looked like, couldn't shoot the ball, couldn't make anything. I think their defense was fine. I mean, they only gave up 62 points, so I know that people are kind of mad about that, but I mean, you give up 62, you're playing good defense. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I think you give up 62 points to an Indiana team that didn't make a three and didn't have clear Ware, but
you couldn't shoot free throws.
Yeah,
so.
Indiana is horrific. I mean, Ware is good. He doesn't make them that much better, and they suck already. So
you think
losing
in this game if Ware plays,
maybe. Yeah. Illinois could not, like, obviously you can get away with losing that game, but no, they had to win that game yesterday. So I mean, Purdue or Wisconsin only beat Indiana by 4 more points than Illinois. So, they did score 91, but still.
Yeah. Bergie, what's up? Bootzilla, how you doing? Schlag Boy, how are you? Jay, what's up? Jay says, don't think the struggle's in until TSJ is somewhat back to normal. Yeah. TSJ had another tough game. Steve, what's going on? David said we changed sides of the bed. I don't know what that means.
I think it's because in the watch party, you're on this side.
Other side?
I'm on that side.
It's interesting. Jeffrey says classic Deer in the Headlights intro. That's it. That's one way to spell intro. Hinkle says most alarming game of the season so far. You agree with that?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think Maryland's close as well.
All right. As always, we'll start off with the players of the game. I went with Damask. 39 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 13, 1 for 3 from 3, 3 for 3 from the line, 10 rebounds, double for Damask, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. One of the turnovers was into the first half. Everybody says stop giving the ball to Damask at the end of the half. Bounced it right off his foot. The other one was he got doubled and Cups kind of got a hand on the ball and went for a breakaway layup. So not great turnovers by him, but had a huge turnaround jumper late in the game. Kind of one of those you're like, don't do it. And then he did it and he makes it and you're okay with it. So I feel like teams are kind of honing in on defending the quote unquote booty ball that Illinois is playing. They kind of are just leaving guys, and Illinois had a lot of open threes this game. They didn't hit them at the beginning, but they started to make a few. I think they were 5 for 15 in the first half. Probably started 0 of 9 or something like that. So, but yeah, I thought Damask had a good game, good enough game because I don't think anybody had a great game. So. You all right?
Trying to find a tweet. Hoop Informatics tweeted, booty ball isn't as effective of an offense if no one ever cuts off the ball to the basket or moves along the perimeter.
That's true. And the guy that cuts a lot rode the bench a lot this game. So.
And the other guy that you think cuts when he doesn't have the ball also didn't play very much.
Yeah, so we'll get to those guys. It's interesting.
I think this game was alarming in the sense that this has to be the least efficient they've been in every phase offensively all season.
Yeah,
they weren't good from 2. They weren't great from three, and they weren't good from the free throw line. They missed 23 twos, 16 threes, and 9 free throws.
Yeah.
1.03 points per possession. I assume that's probably their lowest number of the season, except Maryland's got to be close, I would assume. They were 1.21 at Northwestern, 1.12 against Rutgers, and 1.28 against Michigan. They're worse at Maryland, but okay. Efficiency-wise, I think the Maryland game was maybe a tad bit worse, but I definitely think Indiana is the type of team you can get away with doing this against, I would say, in the Big Ten, because they don't rebound a lot. They don't make any threes.
Yeah, if it wasn't Indiana, do you think that DGL gets off the bench? Because I don't think Brad throws DGL in against Northwestern. I mean, he obviously didn't throw him in against Northwestern.
Didn't he put him in against Purdue?
Yeah, he did. But I think that was thought he'd do something against Purdue.
He played 9 minutes against Purdue.
Yeah.
It's the most minutes he's played in a Big Ten game this year was Purdue.
Yeah.
Interesting. He made a big shot. I mean, in this game.
He did a huge shot. Huge three when Illinois couldn't get anything.
I think Illinois was down 7 maybe when he made that three.
Jeff says, as is this team is a second round team till Brad makes changes. Tyler, you're right. I don't hear that very often. Thanks. Jay says, seems like there's no movement off the ball when Shannon has it, expecting TSJ to take over. He's not himself yet. Hopefully he figures it out soon. I think people had started to learn how to guard Terrence too. I mean, you cut him off. There's a,
also Jeffrey. Yeah, that's great. Jeffrey
can get to the hoop as well.
Let me address Jeffrey here for a second.
Okay. All right.
Here's the thing. I think it's insane to think that this team can't be a second weekend team given the circumstances and the matchup that they get. Like, if they end up playing, a really good mid-major team or a power conference team that's dangerous in the second round, yeah, they might lose. But, like, in the right matchup, this team is easily a team that could get to the second weekend. So I think labeling them right now is probably stupid, but it's the exact comment I expect Jeffrey to make. So that's fine. But I think that they just gotta fix some things. I think it's very easy to sit here and say that Shannon coming back has ruined the flow of the team. I don't know if that's entirely true. I think teams naturally go through slumps. How am I sugarcoating it? What am I Sorry, I don't want to place a label on the team in fucking January, Jeffrey, you moron. I mean, why are we labeling them? They're 15-5, 6-3 in the Big Ten. Yes, they've played badly. They weren't that bad against Northwestern. They missed a lot of shots around the rim they don't normally make, or they don't normally miss. They weren't that bad against Northwestern. Northwestern's very good at home. Look at what Northwestern did to the Illinois team, or to the Ohio State team that Illinois plays Tuesday. The Michigan game, they dominated the second half, beat them by 15. Michigan's terrible. They took care of a bad team. Are they supposed to apologize for that? They've destroyed Rutgers twice, and I know Rutgers is bad too, but guess what? They destroyed a bad team twice. So just labeling them, not knowing the circumstances, not knowing the matchups. Hey, Jeffrey, let me ask you a question. Do you think the 2021 team was a second-round team at best? Because that's the furthest they got. And the matchup mattered. The circumstances mattered. That team was a Final Four level team. This team, you can't label them in late January. That's the problem with Field of 68, is they fucking label every team in January or December or February. Like, we have to this team is a Final Four team 1 week. Oh, they lose. They're not a Final Four team. It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid way to consume basketball. It's a stupid way to watch basketball. It's a stupid way to think about basketball. So why are we fucking labeling every team in January and February before the tournament happens? A tournament last year that had Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, who was the Miami in the Final Four. And the year before that, we had Duke, North Carolina, Villanova, Kansas. Like, it's the tournament is the tournament for a reason. So if you're just going to label a team and, they're a second round team, they have there's no way they can get out of the second round because they looked bad against Indiana. Like, it's stupid. It's a very stupid way to think about basketball. So, whatever, Jeffrey, keep labeling them because you don't like Brad Underwood, even though Brad Underwood has forgotten more about basketball than you know about basketball. Luke Goody's my player of the game. I thought he was pretty good. 30 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. One was you wrote one was a take and one. Take was an and one and missed.
Head fake.
Free throw. Yep. 3 rebounds. So yeah, I thought I thought Goody was fine. I tweeted about how good I thought. He made some threes. You make 3 threes, that's good.
Shot a bunch of them.
He's probably
the
playing a
most
little
he's
bit too
taken
much
this year, right?
He's probably playing a bit too much right now.
Yeah. I mean, his defense is always kind of questionable. He got driven on the baseline also and gave an and one to Xavier Johnson, I think. But yeah, Underwood said it was a huge, huge game for him. Talked about his rip drive baseline and said that's something that will go on the film at the end of the year. So yeah, Goody, a team that was struggling to make threes. Goody was kind of the only guy that made more than one, I think. But yeah. Let's see. What are we doing? Travis says good teams learn to win ugly, probably learn more from that than blowing someone out. Room for growth for sure. I agree with that. Somebody said, I saw somebody tweet that said, you got to win some of these grind them out games to get you ready for the tournament. Did UConn have any like tough games in the tournament? Can't you just beat the crap out of everybody?
I mean,
Hinkle says Ty and Quincy having 16 minutes apiece is an abomination. Outside of Shannon and Coleman, these two draw more fouls than anyone else. How do you not have Ty and Quincy in the game against that lineup? Yeah, I mean, we can talk about them before we talk about the other two. Yeah, Ty, 16 minutes. He had 11 in the first half, 5 in the second half, 8 points, 3 for 5, 2 for 3 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, a turnover, which is great numbers for 16 minutes. I don't know why Harmon is getting his minutes right now. Harmon, I think he's a liability on defense. The only thing Harmon gives you that Ty doesn't is a chance to make a three.
That feels a little bit disrespectful to Harmon. I mean, I think he's a pretty good 3-point shooter.
Okay, I'm just
you
saying.
Said a chance to make a 3, like he's not,
So I don't know if you heard.
40%.
I was looking at my phone. I was scrolling through Twitter, I think, and Harmon made his 3 from the corner, and Benetti said it was Rogers. And I looked up, and I'm like, "There's no way Rogers just made a 3," and I was right. So, yeah. And then Quincy, 16 minutes, 2 for 6 from the line, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. I assume Brad took him out because he couldn't make a free throw because he didn't take any other shots.
Can you guess the last time Quincy played fewer than 20 minutes this season?
No, I can't.
FAU 17.
Really?
Yeah. Weird
because
Quincy
of foul
game.
trouble, or
I don't know. He didn't even take a shot in this game. Very weird.
Yeah, he didn't take any shots.
17 minutes, 4 points, 1 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, had 3 fouls. So I think they were just kind of riding Shannon and Damascus.
Is he not? But is Quincy not a liability if he's not going to take shots and he's going to try to go to the basket because he can't make free throws? I mean, what's he shooting from the line this year? It's got to be under 50%. 53%.
59.
Okay.
So like him and Ty draw a ton of fouls, and Ty is been pretty solid from the line. 63% doesn't look great, but guess what? He was 12 for 31 last year. He's 22 for 35 this year. So he's shot 4 more and made 10 more. So
yeah,
I don't understand how these guys play fewer than 20 minutes. Like, I don't get that at all.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like Rogers wasn't having a bad game, and they did put him in for defense like the last play. He got a hand up in M'Baku's face, but
don't you want like? I feel like they're shooters. If you're gonna if you're gonna have the starting 5 on the floor, and you're gonna have Ty, Quincy, Terrence, Coleman, and Damask, I think you need to blame the guys not like. You can sit in there and be like, oh, Ty can't shoot. But, like, nobody – like, how many – I sound like such an idiot right now. My words are struggling. I used it all in my Jeffrey thing. Everybody's passing up shots. It's not Ty's fault that everybody's passing up shots. They're getting a lot of good looks, and nobody is shooting. Quincy has passed up, like, 48 threes in the last 5 games. Damask refuses to shoot a 3. Shannon couldn't hit the broadside of a barn right now. And Hawkins has also passed. There was a screenshot I saw where Hawkins had about 10 feet of space and didn't take the 3.
Yeah, and then he tried to drive. Like I don't know what this Like, why are we posting up Hawkins? He's not strong enough.
We
to
have
post up.
one of the worst drivers of the basketball on the team, Hawkins, trying to do it, and we have one of the best, Shannon, not doing it as much.
Yeah.
Like when you have Malik Renault on you, go. And he had a couple times when Renault had 4 fouls and didn't go.
Yeah.
And his threes aren't even close right now, and it stinks. But
everything's short. His 2 free throws he shot were short, but yeah, Shannon 25 minutes. So it's not like Underwood's playing the crap out of him either.
He did last game though. He played a ton last.
He definitely didn't this game. I mean, he even talked about how he put him on the bench for a while.
27, 39, 25 so far. So if you adjust for overtime and say that there's no overtime, it's really 27, 34, 25.
Yeah. 2 of 10, 0 for 4 from 3. He was good from the line to finish the game out. He was 8 of 10 from the line.
He's 21 for 26 from the line since returning.
Yeah.
And look at the other numbers. He's 8 for 14 from 2 and 1 for 14 from 3. So, yeah. Just drive the ball, get fouled. That's the Shannon we need right now.
Yeah.
We don't need him trying to make threes.
Yeah, and I mean, might have got the benefit of the doubt late in the game. It's kind of a bang call. I don't think Shannon really lowered into Xavier Johnson, although Robbie Hummel thought so. I thought Johnson actually came in to Shannon, is what it looked like. But I don't know. Illinois gets a good call late in the game, so he did get absolutely cooked by Leal, who has played 7 games, I think. He's played in 7 games, averaging 1.7 points per game. Just got absolutely backdoored by this kid, which is crazy. Like Shannon's defense is not there right now, I don't think. So Underwood said that Shannon is, quote, holding the ball too long. He's best when he's driving it. We've got to help him there. And then he also said, quote, thought we got Sharons going at the end of the game, sat him for a long time, felt really good about the way he finished the game, ran a play for him, isolation to get him fouled. So I don't know. Everybody was just not good. Coleman, 35 minutes, 4 of 12, 1 for 3 from 3, 2 for 3 from the line, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers for him. Like I said, I don't know why we're trying to post Coleman. He's not strong enough to post against anybody. The bigs are also eating him up still. Renew had 21 points on 8 of 12 shooting. So, and then I guess Xavier Johnson got teed up. Apparently, people don't think that should be a tee. I tweeted late last night. I don't know why. About Sears in the Alabama Auburn game, threw it at somebody's feet and got teed up. So, I mean, when you throw it at somebody's chest and they're not paying attention, you're going to get teed up. Like, that's not.
Also, look at the history. Like,
yeah, but I don't think it had anything to do with Xavier Johnson's history.
I don't think it did either, but it's an easy thing to look back on. And
Xavier
Johnson, like, dude, like, he's 40 years old doing stupid. Like, what are you doing? Like, get a grip. He's a good player, but he's just stupid. He's not this morning. Not that good, but
Indiana fans were showing Caleb Love tossing one underhand to somebody and was comparing that like it was the same thing. But
certainly not. Didn't Andre Curbelo get called for one of those a couple years ago? I feel like that definitely
happened. We got a lot of stuff to go.
The officials don't like that. I don't know why. This officiating crew, I mean, very inconsistent. And they had two top 20 officials, according to Jeffrey's favorite website, KenPom.com. Paul Selks, or whatever his name is, SZELC, was 12th, and Earl Walton was 18th. Now, the guy that Brad was going after, and you were complaining that he was going back at Brad, like, who cares? He's 98.
I didn't say he was going back at Brad. I said that the way that he was acting.
What does it matter? I mean,
that's not. I mean, it's just not. That's not professional. Was my thing. Like,
but Brad,
you don't sit there and roll your eyes at a coach while he's talking to you. Like,
I don't think he rolled his eyes. We could run the tape on that.
Run that tape. Steve says team got distracted, then goes on a 20-day gauntlet. We should probably be amazed at how well they are doing considering.
That's a good point. I mean, I don't want to be that positive, but that's a pretty good point.
Bootzilla says that your rants are legendary.
Yeah.
Jay says, tell him, Ethan, Illinois will figure it out by the tournament.
You look like a real idiot if they lose in the first round.
Jeffrey says, when I buy a car, I look under the hood and underneath, not just on the outside.
I don't think that's the same thing as basketball, because if a car sucks, there's really no way to improve it without spending a ton of money. And you can't spend a ton of money in season to make your team that much better. So I don't know if that's a great comparison. I understand it. I just don't like the labeling of teams. Like there's certain teams, like Wisconsin barely beat Minnesota and probably got lucky to even beat Minnesota. And then people sit there and think that maybe Wisconsin's not good at all. Wisconsin's good.
Wisconsin's good. I'm sold on Wisconsin being good. I was against it.
And there's got to be for a lot of the good teams outside of Purdue in the Big Ten, there's got to be a big home. Like Nebraska's terrible on the road. Northwestern's great at home. Illinois is kind of a little bit of both, I would say. They've had some good, solid road performances and some bad home performances and vice versa. But there are some teams in the Big Ten that really, really struggle on the road. And I don't know if it's fair to label some of those teams right now. Like Nebraska, I think, is a tournament team, but I don't know what they can really do. And I would say the same about like Northwestern. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Embrat says, do we expect Shannon to come back? I'm almost talking like he had to come back from an injury. Like that is remotely similar to waiting for a 37-year sentence. That's an interesting point. I mean, he was a month off. Brad talked how if you don't play the game, you don't understand how hard it is to take a month off midseason. And then, his mental can't be there. I just don't feel like it can be. So will he ever be fully back? I don't know. I hope he is. I mean, they have some time off. Armchair Illini. I don't know if you mentioned them at the beginning, but shout out to them. They had a thing about, when is the next time Illinois is going to get extensive practice. And I think it's maybe after the Ohio State game, they have a few days off, or maybe the game after that.
They play Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they don't play until Sunday. Yeah. And then they don't play until Saturday. So
okay. Yeah.
They have three games in the next 12 days.
Yeah. So that'll be good. I think that's going to be huge for this team. So Jeffrey says there should be a KenPom ranking on coaches. I don't know how you do that, but Jay, one issue I see on defense is the big guy who can score. Yet if you're defending the three well, it really doesn't hurt you as bad. Or if the other team's not hitting threes.
Illinois should have packed the paint.
Should Illinois have ran the two? I saw Adam posted it. Should Illinois ran the 2-3 a little bit more? Or somebody posted it. Did somebody not post it? Anyways, there's so much stuff on there right now. Oh, NJ Illini said it. Everyone is hesitant shooting. Seems like Shannon's return. We got away from our strengths. Yeah, it just seems like everybody doesn't want to be the guy now. NJ Illini said, thoughts on going to the zone D for 3 possessions? I guess good scouting and coaching against a team that can't shoot the 3. Why not go back to it in the second half? I actually text Ethan during the second half, and I said, why aren't we going back to that zone? Because I think they got 3 turnovers in a row off of it, and then they never did it again. And I kind of like it. It's kind of a match 2-3 zone. I don't know. I wish they would have went back to it. So
did anybody in the post game do their job and ask Brad about it?
I did not listen to the post game.
Somebody figure it out right now.
So yeah, I don't have much. I just stole quotes from the guys that were there. So Jeffrey says the Northwestern game shows how this team isn't prepared to deal with something that isn't on the scouting report. Brad played the game to statistics, not the play, and KenPom numbers can't measure heart and win some.
What are you, the dad from Ted talking about Rocky? I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I find it hard. The Northwestern game is a little bit different, I guess, but sometimes you just get outshot, and I think Northwestern did that, especially in overtime. But Illinois, they weren't prepared to see what Northwestern was doing. differently. I guess I think that's fair, but I do think there's something to the fact that Illinois had a chance to win that game, so it's not like they were getting blown out of the gym like Ohio State did, to be fair. I don't want to move the goalposts, but
you can't say that Brad didn't try different things in this game either. He put
he's
Moretti
talking about the
in.
Northwestern game. You know,
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
I find it hard to blame Brad for this game, I will say.
Yeah.
Or the recent struggles, quote unquote. Like, I'm not going to blame Brad for all that.
Yeah,
if we are going to do that, is there ever a point where we blame the players? I mean,
yeah, the players got to start making layups.
Yeah,
so that's
Harmon has been so bad in the lane lately, where he's making the big one towards the end, but he's not making anything else.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it's embarrassing how he goes into the hole. That seems like too harsh of a word, but like he's not even like he's just getting packed when he goes in there. Like except for the one play that they ran the same exact play against Northwestern, and he got up that hook shot. And I texted you, I said, Ty can do that. Why does it matter if Harmon's in the game? So I don't know, but Harmon 29 minutes, 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 4 rebounds and assist. Do you think Justin Harmon is becoming the most polarizing player right now to the fan base? Because I had a buddy text me and said that he hates him. My wife after the game said that she loves him. I think Robert Rosenthal, who is a beat writer, kind of, I guess.
Said he was his guy for the rest of the
season. Said that Harmon's his guy. There's other ones that are saying they hate him and he shouldn't play this much.
He might be playing too much. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I think 20 minutes is about right for him, not 29 or 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he's played. Okay, since the first Northwestern games. So pretty much, not counting FDU, since when they knew we're entering Big Ten play without Shannon, he's played 29, 24, 31, 21, 20, 29, 28, 29. So I think his most effective game in that stretch is either the first Northwestern game where he was great. It probably is that. But outside of that, it's the Michigan game where he only played 20 minutes at 11 points. So I don't think if he's going to play 30 minutes and Ty's going to play 16, I don't think that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeffrey, it's Jeff Alexander's job to prepare the team, dude. Come on, get together.
Wesley says Purdue is seeing ghosts right now at Rutgers. Purdue only up 3 at Rutgers right now, folks.
You can prepare as much as you want. There's a level to it, though, where things are completely different when the game happens. And guess what? Sometimes you just get out coached, I guess, right? I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Fire Brad Underwood. Bergie, no questions about the zone post game for Brad. That's
great job by the beat writers. Good stuff, guys. I mean, Illinois gives a completely different defensive look than what we've seen in years, pretty much. And nobody asks about it. Way to do your jobs, fellas. Good job. Well, let's ask more questions about, it's Shannon's third game back. How do you feel about that, Brad? How does it make you feel?
How much longer does it take to get him back?
I mean, Jesus Christ, do your jobs, guys. Come on.
Steve says it's Shannon's legs, step behind on defense, and his shots are just a little short. Yeah, that seems right. Jeffrey's body is hot, I guess. I don't know what he's talking about. Hinkle says only 15 threes attempted, excluding Luke. I don't understand the hesitancy across the board of this team. You're at home. Yeah, it's like they miss one and they just are scared to shoot after that.
That's fair, but also Indiana going 0 for 9 is hilarious.
That's true.
Illinois took, you know how many more shots Illinois took from the field in this game than Indiana? Indiana took 54 shots, right?
Yeah.
Illinois took 62. So it's not that much more, but that shows that I don't think I did the math right there. What's 39 plus 20? 59 plus 3? Okay, 62. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah. So it's not as much as it looks like over here, I guess, because Illinois – but the bottom line is Illinois took so many more threes where it's like, yeah, they got to take more threes.
Take more threes. Where's Carl?
But also we complain if they – like the Tennessee game, everyone was crying that they took like 30 something.
They took 15 in the first half. They only had 11 or 8 in the second half. They were 5 of 15 in the first half.
How do you feel about Harmon taking more threes than Damask and Hawkins? I guess Harmon is one of their best. So,
Yeah, I think
It was a
Harmon's
dumb
getting up
question.
shots right
It was
now.
a dumb question.
What do you think? Like, why does it take Damask so long to get a shot up? Does he have the slowest release ever?
I don't know, but he's afraid to take threes.
That's true. Warner, how do you feel about the current state of booty ball? It only works if you have elite shooters outside. Right now, they're sagging on TSJ. Yeah, they're sagging. Everybody seems to be sagging, and if Illinois isn't making threes, they're going to continue to do it. So I don't know.
I have a
Guys gotta take
stronger
shots.
belief. I have a stronger belief in this collection of shooters than last season. But
Yeah, the fact that Quincy didn't take a three is just mind-boggling to me. This game,
I need more. I need to see more ball movement consistently. The ball is not moving enough in a lot of these possessions, and part of that is because Damask is holding it for 3 hours before he shoots.
yeah, I can't blame Harmon for Damask and Coleman passing up great looks.
It's true.
I mean, Harmon isn't afraid to shoot. So, your boy Dane Danger played 5 minutes, 1 of 2 points and a steal.
Not bad. Great play on that steal. Good transition defense.
Yeah. I text you when Moretti was there. I think Moretti came in before Dane, right? And I'm like, Moretti cannot play with a non-typical 5. Like, if he doesn't have anybody to screen for him and roll to the basket, which Coleman can't do, Moretti is just not the guy. So
I think Moretti and Danger are Kobe and Shaq against sub 300 teams. But in other games, like Michigan stinks, so that's different. But like a game like this, yeah, probably not great. Rutgers just made a 3. They're down 2.
Wow.
And Edie, they just counted in and 1 for Edie. That was insane. Come on, Jeffrey. I think that's Jeffrey Anderson, the high knees guy, I think. Maybe not. But like Edie got the ball, got slapped, and then dunked it, and they counted the N1. That's insane. But whatever. Whatever. 4-point game.
All right. Last guy, DGO. 3 minutes, hit a 3. He literally came in, got the ball, drove to the basket, missed the shot, got the ball, coughed it up, and then got the ball, knocked down a 3. So you think Brad's just like, go in there and try to score, buddy, because we can't do anything.
Might as well. Yeah, I like it.
I'm all for it. So I thought the rotation on the ball looked really nice on the 3. I mean, that's one of my things. I like nice rotation. And
who do you think is more ready to play?
Nico
or DGL in like a game against Wisconsin?
Oh, more ready.
I did notice that I did that. Yeah.
I'd say DGL.
I'd
be all right if DGL got some more minutes, to be honest.
Nico had good minutes against Michigan, but does Michigan count as a good Big Ten team? No, they don't.
Indiana doesn't really either. So,
but like I said, DGL played 9 against Purdue.
Jeff, ball movement, off ball screens, speed up the game, speed up the passing game. Did Illinois set screens in this game? I mean, I don't think Illinois did anything this game. So posting up, but you can't if they don't move the ball fast enough. Yeah, or if people won't get him the ball. He literally had, I'm pretty sure he had cups on him at one time and they wouldn't get him the ball. So I mean, that's on the other guys. I won't put that on Dane. So other notes and quotes. 37% shooting, 30% from 3, 65% from the line. Probably would have been a lot worse, but Shannon made like the last 6 to close out the game. Illinois won the rebounding battle 42-35. Illinois had 14 offensive rebounds. They missed over 10 bunnies again. I think it was like 13 this game. Do you know what it was?
Nope.
Okay.
It was a lot.
Only had 9 turnovers.
They missed 23 twos. So how many of those twos were not around the rim? That's what it comes down to.
I'd say all but 6.
So there you
go. Yeah, 9 turnovers. Damask, of course, didn't turn it over as much. What was the most turnovers on the team? Somebody had 3 or not?
Nope. 3 guys had 2. Damask, Hawkins, Shannon had 2, and then DGL.
I think we'll take that, right?
Yeah, DGL and Rogers 1.
Yeah.
And then they had a team turnover.
Yeah. 6 steals, 4 blocks. Again, I think the defense was pretty good in this game. I think the defense kind of kept them in this. You only allow 62 points. Illinois has a good chance of winning. So Underwood said, quote, "We went from an eye-pleasing loss to Northwestern, at least for fans, to a very, very ugly win. But you have to win these kind of games. You have to find a way." And we did. And then you said, should Underwood
posed an
really be
interesting
getting
question,
a lot of blame?
Should we really be blaming Brad Underwood that much for a game like this? This is something that I've seen on Twitter. People can have their opinions. That's fine.
If they lose this game, do you think Brad says that it's my fault because I didn't get the guys ready?
Yeah, you have to, though. That's just what you do.
He didn't do it last year. He made fart noises last year.
He hated that team last year. Hated. Why do you think he pretty much replaced everybody from that team except for Shannon, Hawkins, and Goody?
Yeah, I don't blame this loss.
And Dane.
You come out flat like that. That's on your team. That's not on you. So
I didn't love the defensive plan though. Like against Indiana, you can't respect the perimeter at all. Just let them do it. They can't shoot. So I think they should have tried to do a little bit more against Renault defensively.
Somebody that is not a Harmon fan also hates the 5-way switching. So
is it something that you want to do all year? Because I would say that I don't like it all year.
Yeah, I think those matchups.
I think there's a lot of positives to giving teams different looks.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff says only way to keep a team from cheating on defense is to have inside threat so it can get kicked out for a quality 3.
What they do with the mask.
Yeah. they just are a threat inside in a different way. And teams are packing the lane against
They're
Illinois
a threat
right now.
Inside with a 6'6" white guy.
Guys got to make shots. Like if Illinois makes shots, if they knock down some threes, then it opens up the floor. That's how Illinois was so good. Yeah, that's how Illinois has been good. Is you make threes, it makes the other team have to change what they're doing defensively. If you don't make threes, they can camp. So Hinkle says the most telling game of the season to date coming up on Tuesday. Still think this team progressively improves, but have to show up against a flailing OSU team on the road. This next game, it's going to matter. So Hinkle says Underwood not having the team help off non-shooters when we're getting eaten up has taken some heat for that. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I mean,
said I didn't like the defensive plan.
Hummel said it a lot yesterday about they got to start helping Coleman on the bigs. Especially a team that shoots 0 for 9 from 3. I want to help a little bit more. I was just waiting for that jinx to come where they actually knocked one down and tied the game up, but never came. So, but yeah, Illinois squeaks out a win on some really bad shooting. You win and you move on. So we'll talk about Ohio State here in a minute. Big news on the recruiting front. Illinois has offered the 2025 number 1 player, AJ DeBansta.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds right. 6'9", 200-pound small forward. He's from Prolific Prep, which I believe is where Coleman was from.
Yep.
He's good friends with Jeremiah Fears. And Illinois doesn't usually offer the number 1 guy. So here we are. I thought it was interesting. So him and the top girl from the class of 2025 high school already has NIL deals with Nike. Does that help Illinois' recruiting of him, seeing how Illinois is a Nike school? Do you think that's going to come into play in the future? Like, I mean, these kids that are coming out of high school that already have contracts with a certain brand. I mean, isn't that what Reebok or Adidas or whoever with Kansas, isn't that what they were doing? They were giving kids money.
Yeah, I think
it'll be interesting.
Maybe he goes to Oregon. They haven't offered him yet, though. He's been offered by Auburn, USC, Alabama, Baylor, Boston College, Cal, UConn, Georgetown, Georgia Tech, Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, LSU, Michigan, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Providence, South Carolina, Texas, Washington. So that's 1, 2, 3 Big Ten schools. Washington being the third.
Yeah.
Next to Michigan.
They're saying that he is Kobe Bryant good, is what I've heard.
So he's not going to go to college.
Probably G League for a year. I don't know. But
would certainly be interesting for Illinois, be cool.
Yeah.
I think we could have some fun with it before he ends up committing to Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
A little fun.
Absolutely. But yeah,
I mean, he's way bigger than Kobe Bryant. I don't know if they're saying Kobe Bryant is a player or just like level of hype or whatever.
I think shooting prowess. So only problem I have with Damask posting up is it takes away another outside shooter. What's Damask shooting from 3, Ethan?
Like 25%. He can do it though,
Yeah, I keep hearing it. I keep hearing that he can do it.
He made 2 against Northwestern. How about that?
And 1 in this game.
It's trending upward.
It's better than 0, I guess.
I think it's AJ DeBansa. I think it's TSA at the end. I changed it. I think it's TSA instead of STA.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got two things. I don't think the Nike thing matters that much, but
I just think that's going to be interesting. If these kids are signing deals in high school, you think that it would can he go to a school that's sponsored by Adidas and wear Nike gear?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, there's a lot of Nike schools.
Jeffrey says that he can dunk too. Damask, he can.
USC.
18 of 81. Yikes.
4 Big Ten schools. USC's Nike, Alabama's Nike, Baylor's Nike, UConn is Nike. Georgetown is Jordan, right? So they'd probably allow that.
Sure.
Illinois is Nike, Kentucky is Nike, LSU is Nike, Michigan is Jordan, North Carolina is Jordan. I don't know what Ole Miss is. I think they might be Under Armour, but I don't know. I don't know Providence either. South Carolina, I think, is Under Armour. Texas is Nike. Washington is Nike. So
he's only been offered by mostly Nike schools.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless I'm getting a couple that I'm missing, but I don't think I am. I think Auburn is Under Armour. He's already visited,
USC.
USC and Auburn.
Auburn, yeah.
And he's being recruited by Carl Hobbs for Georgia Tech. So yeah.
All right.
Can you imagine Jeremiah Fears, AJ DeBansa, and Merez Johnson? We would win a national championship.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening.
This is the most excited I think you've ever been about a recruit that Illinois isn't even really talking about.
At some point, we got to get number 1, right? It's got to happen at some point.
And to say this is the most excited, you don't seem excited at all, but it's still more excited than what you had.
Ron Harper Jr. in the house at Rutgers. There you go.
What's the score?
55-51, 5:41 to go. It's always a hard place for Purdue.
Yeah. Purdue has not been great on the road, but it's life in the Big Ten. Hinkle says Shannon may set a record for free throws on the road this year. Opposing teams are going to try to put him on the line every time. Depends whether the ref calls the hack jobs or not. I feel like Illinois is getting overly smacked. And
are we going to talk about my Twitter brawl with Robbie Hummel?
Oh yeah, Hinkle. How come you didn't say anything about Hummel putting Ethan in a locker?
You guys are idiots. You gave me bad information.
I don't think it was bad information. He said he wasn't. He said that he was clearly going after the ball. It's a stupid rule. Like he was a foot and a half from the ball, and he forearm karate chopped him across the face. Okay, shut up, Hummel.
But I think if you take the Illini goggles off for 1 fucking second, which I have said the F word like 4 times already, so I'm allowed to say it again. There is something to the fact that Shannon is so much faster and so much more athletic that you just can't keep up, and you're not going to be able to get anywhere close to the ball because of how much faster he is. I'm just saying, there's something to that.
So try to kill him.
But the bottom line is that you guys gave me bad information. Okay, everybody's saying this is not a flake. Yeah, like
I mean, at least Hummel responded to you. It must be because Rothstein follows you. Like, how come he doesn't? Like, it's not like you were the only one that said anything, and he goes after you. We did have a nice interaction with Purdue fans in that though. So
because I backed off. I didn't want to get into. I was very close to thinking about sending a DM to Hummel and being like, "My bad. I didn't mean to.
My bad.
Do that." Because
you're such a sissy.
I like Hummel a lot. What do you want from me?
Why'd you go after him then?
Because you guys were giving me the information.
Inkle says Ethan got buried by two nerds in the same week. Hey, wellness check on Lunatic, by the way. I haven't seen him on Twitter unless I'm blocked. I don't know.
I checked on all of my accounts and it wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Well,
he got put in a Twitter locker for real.
But I mean, Hummel, I'm a big fan, so I'm not going to pick a fight with him over something this stupid. I'm not going to get blocked by Hummel over something this dumb just because all you Illini fans are insane people. Only Illini fans would lose a game, and then the thing they're most mad about is something an announcer said, which he's probably pretty right about. Like, they call a flagrant for anything these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Hummel was very anti-Illini that game, and I think it rubbed some people wrong.
Who
so.
cares though? Like, what?
I agree. I still think Hummel's great, but I think that I think that people that thought he was good now hate him. Because that just happens. It's announcers. I mean, you love Bardo, right? So,
but yeah, the thing is this: out of the most important things in that Northwestern game, people not liking the way Hummel called the game is like 20th. I mean, it's stupid. It's something that when you sit there and you tweet, "I am so done with Robbie Hummel." Kedrick Prince tweeted that, by the way, if that's his name. Yeah, that's insane. That's stupid.
Yeah, Jeff, they have to call the headshots no matter what. Yeah, but the thing is, like, Hummel just wants it to be a regular foul. Like, you kind of get, Hummel get into a gray area where is a guy really going after the ball, or are they just trying to punch somebody in the face?
I don't think he is, though. I think Shannon's just that much faster and more athletic.
I understand that, but how do you differentiate that between?
You can't.
Okay.
The judgment call by refs who are all idiots.
Hummel blocked everybody on Twitter.
Purdue fans on Twitter. It's getting like only Illinois. Only the craziness of Illinois fans could make it to where Purdue is like together with Indiana yesterday. It's really something. And these Purdue fans that say they don't care about Illinois, shut the fuck up, because you do.
Stop talking.
Yeah, the Boiler in Texas, the worst Twitter account in the history of the platform. That guy is an absolute moron, and that's being nice. And also, so Hummel played in an era in the Big Ten where you could play pretty hard. I mean, everyone's so soft these days, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of Hummel. I totally agree with him. Totally agree. Couldn't agree more with the guy, I would say. So, but I'm just saying, like, Illini fans, we got to get our priorities straight, okay? You lose the game on the road to Northwestern, you should care more about losing that game and the way that Illinois couldn't shoot in overtime rather than the announcer. Let's come on. We're good. We're fine.
Joe says 90% they're going after the ball, but it helps control the game from getting out of control. I agree. You just can't allow people to elbow people in the face, regardless of if it's on purpose or not. I'm not saying that it was on purpose. I'm just saying that the rule's there so people don't do it on purpose. Okay. Anyways, Illinois plays Ohio State Tuesday. We will have a watch party for this. I know you guys have been missing us, so
very exciting.
Yesterday keeps canceling.
Oh, please. Let's check the text on that one. I was happy that we weren't doing it, but
I was gonna say we can check them.
Yeah, you said that you said no watch party because you just gotten done.
Got off work at 1:30.
Yeah, and then I said good.
Illini are going to beat the Buckeyes. The Cats smoked them. Wait around for our predictions. And anyways, let's go.
Illinois probably going to be like number 12 or 13 maybe on Tuesday, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody else is losing too. So
Marquette's going to go up though, and they're 14th. Illinois 15-5, 6-3 in the Big Ten. At Ohio State 13-7. Once thought of as maybe the fourth best team in the conference. Not even close now. 3-6 in the Big Ten. This game's Tuesday, 6:00. Illinois debut on the Peacock. I don't know who is calling this game, but we'll see. It's the first game of a doubleheader. I don't know what the other game is. Ohio State got destroyed last night in Evanston. Final score in that game was 83-58 Northwestern. Not good. Ohio State has lost 5 of the last 6. They started the year 12-2, 2-1 in the conference. They have 2 losses at home this season. So one of them was November against Texas A&M. The other one was on January 10th against Wisconsin. At home this year, they've beaten Oakland, Merrimack, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Minnesota, Miami of Ohio, New Orleans, Rutgers, and Penn State. This is a spiraling Ohio State team. Their lineup last night: Bruce Thornton, 6'2", 215 sophomore at the 1. He had 18 points in that game, made 11 free throws. Ohio State shot 23.8% from 3 last night. They got Roddy Gale, 6'4", 210 sophomore at the 2, 15 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Ohio State had 2 guys in double figures yesterday. Thornton at 18, Gale at 15. And then
you said that they had the most guys that could score 20 points in a game.
I think they still do. It's just not happening at all right now. Evan Mahaffey, the sophomore, 6'6", 200, had 2 points, took 1 shot last night. Penn State transfer, was 2 for 7 from the free throw line in that game. They also got Jameson Battle, the Minnesota transfer. We know him very well. Didn't take any 2s last night, 1 for 6 from 3, 5 points, 3 rebounds. And then Felix Akpara starting at the 5, 6'11", 235 sophomore. So very young, 4 sophomores starting plus Battle. Then off the bench, they bring Zed Key, who we obviously know the senior. Then they still have more young guys, Bowen Hardman's a sophomore. Devin Royal's a freshman. Scotty Middleton's a freshman. Dale Bonner hasn't been playing very much. He's a senior, transfer from Baylor. His minutes have gone down quite a bit. Ohio State's in a bad spot right now. So
yeah, it's not good, and I don't know if I like that. Warner says our trips to Value City Arena traditionally have not been good.
Yeah, haven't won there since they beat them in 2021. Maxed Io, I believe.
Lawyers flop probably won them the game.
They're
up 6 now. So
yep.
Hegel says Hummel won't be happy with a T until it knocks a player out of the game. Back-to-back games with vicious attacks on our players.
What was the vicious
Coleman
attack
found the ball in time.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was going to be, yeah.
Lunkers also Maryland beat Nebraska, so that's good since we lost to the Terps. Yeah, Maryland beat the crap out of Nebraska.
Where is Maryland in the net? We need them to get up there to like quad 2 level.
Bootzilla says a Peacock watch party. It's the only way. That's right.
Maryland is 81st in the net, so they're going up, getting close to that Q2 range, I believe. Illinois is 13th in the net. What was yesterday? Yesterday would have been what, a Q3 win, I guess? Yeah, good thing they won that.
Assume at home.
Well, yeah, you got to be top 75 for it to be a Q2 at home, and Indiana is 97th.
Jeff says, wonder how bad Brad's going to let Coleman get beat inside that game with no help. Who's he going to get? Who are they going to get beaten inside by? Zed Key doesn't play enough. Isn't that their only big?
Akpara 6'11", 235.
Oh, never mind.
Has had double figures once since December 30th.
25-point game for that guy.
Probably. Had 10 against Purdue as well. Ken Palm, Jeffrey's favorite website. Adjusted offense, Illinois 7th. Adjusted defensive efficiency, Illinois 30th. Ohio State 48th on offense, 101st on defense. Ohio State also shoots 33.9% from 3, which is 164th, and 50.7% from 2, which is 158th. Illinois is getting worse on offense in those numbers, I would say. 153 from 3 at 34.1, and then 53.7 from 2, which is 65th. So they're better in both categories, but Ohio State also 56 in the country from the free throw line. So, and they don't turn the ball over that much.
Yeah, they got some free throw shooters like Battles 90-some%. They got 2 guys at 80 plus.
Don't foul.
Yeah, don't foul. But players to watch. Are we there yet? I don't know. Sure.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Terrence Shannon again. I'm gonna keep picking him until he has a game that is good. So Terrence Shannon, waiting to see when he gets fully back, if he can get fully back. Got to go on the road again. Going to be hostile. We'll see what happens. I went with Jamison Battle from Ohio State. Ethan talked about him a little bit already, but he's shooting 44% from 3. Didn't have a good one against Northwestern. And he shoots 92% from the line. So you got to keep him off the line. Got to keep him from making threes. And you walk away with a W.
Also, Jeffrey, I don't know what you're trying to prove. If they have a Ken Palm ranking for coaches, Underwood's going to be top 20 probably. So I don't know what you're trying to prove. Anyway, I'm going Ty Rodgers in the Illini side. I hope he gets more minutes. I think he needs to get more minutes, especially with Gale and Thornton in the backcourt for Ohio State. Bruce Thornton had 3 points.
Oh. Did he freeze or am I froze? What's going on here? Anybody see him freeze? Okay. Ethan's gone. All right. Bruce Thornton had something, 30-some points or something. I don't know. Ethan didn't write anything down. So
what the hell?
Oh, he's back.
The internet just turned off.
He froze.
Yeah, it's great. So anyway,
Ethan's parents didn't pay their bill.
Oh, whoa. Relax. Do I look? I'm like 17 years old. Look at me. What was I saying? Yeah, Bruce Thornton scores a lot of points. So
33 or something, I heard. But so you don't write any notes down, so I didn't know what to say. NJ says, can this be I assume he means danger game? No shot.
No. Dane's going to play like 6 minutes, maybe. And if they win by 20 and he comes in the last 4. Predictions. All right.
Predictions.
Hey, we got to change something up here. We've been picking them to win every game.
That's true. I mean, I don't blame you there. Ohio State's had a hard time scoring the ball lately. So I'm going to go with Illinois winning this one, 75-68. Ohio State, in the last 6 games, they've only scored over 70 once, and that was a win against Penn State. In other games, it was like 60, 63, 65. So give me Illinois going into Ohio State and getting a win. If they don't, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, I'm taking the Buckeyes, 72-69. I think Illinois needs to prove it to me that they can beat Ohio State in Columbus without Ayo Dosunmu and Kofi Coburn.
Did you pick this because we are doing a watch party and then you won't be as upset if they do lose the game? Or
no, it's a brain thing. I think Illinois has struggled so much at Ohio State. Ohio State's free falling.
Yeah.
Last year they weren't good at all, and Illinois lost to them 72-60.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Ohio State's not as bad as they've been playing.
Their metrics this year are 12 spots overall worse than last year.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I think it says a lot about what college basketball is this year, though, because I think their metrics in terms of offense this year are much worse, but defensively they're a little bit better. I don't know. It's weird because I think the offenses in college basketball have gotten so much better because think about this. Ohio State's offensive efficiency last year was 115.7. They were 19th in the country. This year it's 115.0 and they're 48th. So that tells me there's a lot of offenses that have gotten way better. So Illinois is definitely better than Ohio State, but sometimes you can throw all that out the window when you're on the road in the Big Ten. And hopefully this isn't the spot where that happens. I will say, looking at the net rankings right now, this is a quad. Hang on. Oh, went the wrong way. Hold on. Hold. 68. This is a quad 2 game for Illinois. So
how's Ohio State's attendance been since they're not very good? Still pretty good, I assume.
No clue how to find that, but yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
15,267 people were at the Penn State game. So, yeah.
It doesn't strike me as a very hard place to play.
Yeah.
But Illinois, for some reason, but there's a lot of years there where Ohio State was just better, you know?
It's true. E.J. Liddell.
Well, E.J. Liddell and Malachi Branham torched them in Champaign.
FAU is losing to North Texas by 2 with 1:50 left.
Yeah, FAU just so annoying how bad
That's not.
been.
I mean, that's Illinois' only good win, so not great. Hinkle says Illinois scores in the 80s on Tuesday. That's a big ask for a team that hasn't been shooting.
Here's the thing about FAU, though. They're 27th in the net right now. They would need to drop 25 more spots for that not to be a quad 1 win because it was a neutral. Top 50 is where FAU has to be. So it's fine.
Yeah, Illinois probably needs to find a good win out there somewhere.
At least they're not Auburn. You want to be Auburn right now?
That's true. No quad 1 wins.
Did you know there are 2 teams with 0 wins right now in college basketball?
Really?
Mississippi Valley State is 0-20, and Detroit Mercy is 0-22.
Yikes.
Wasn't there like an entire month where the Detroit Pistons, Detroit Mercy went like a combined 0-48 or something? Because the Pistons lost 27 games in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, Buffalo's 1-17. How far they've fallen since the days of Nate Oates. VMI's 1-17. Hampton's 1-17. Stonehill's 1-20. Bellarmine. Remember how good Bellarmine was a couple years ago? They're 2-17. Yikes! How the mighty have fallen.
Rough.
Remember, everyone's like they should be in the tournament because they had the transition ban or whatever, which is so stupid. But they suck now.
I did see, I think Rosenthal might have put it out there. The last 5 years through 20 games, Brad's like 15-5, 15-5, 16-4, 15-5, 15-5. So pretty good. Fire him. Hinkle says root for Wisconsin and Purdue. Who cares about the conference? Need 2 marquee wins. Yeah, they got to win. They got to win one of those, I think, at this point.
Don't have to.
Well, they don't have to do anything, but it's the difference between probably a 7 seed and a 4 seed. So
I don't think it's that. Maybe a 4 and a 6 or something.
How did we all do on upsets this week? Bootsilla nailed his pick. Ethan picked Louisville over Virginia, and I think it was 40-something to 13.5. Louisville did come back in that game, though. BYU, what did I pick? BYU over.
Only lost by 17. Good Louisville pick. That's not bad.
I'm pretty sure I lost mine. So
who'd you take? Texas over BYU or something? What did you take?
I think I took BYU over Texas. That doesn't sound right. No, it wasn't game.
BYU
the game last Tuesday.
BYU destroyed Texas. Did you take BYU over Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost by 7. But yeah, BYU beat Texas by 12. What was Jeffrey's pick?
I don't remember.
I think
did Jeffrey not get his right?
I don't know.
Lunker says, in my opinion, Illini got to play better defense and convert on offense. TSJ has to dominate like old times. He can shoot better from 3. Good to see Goody playing well. It's a good breakdown. Jeffrey picked up Iowa State.
Okay, yeah, I knew so.
Bootzilla had South Carolina over.
Yeah, I was wrong about that one. South Carolina's playing well.
Good pick there by Bootzilla. Good work, guys. All right.
Anybody want to make a pick for Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, who's playing?
Give me
who plays tomorrow?
Give me Villanova over Marquette Tuesday. Even though it's at Villanova, but Villanova has been terrible. So
give me horns up against Houston.
Yikes. Just keep picking against Houston. Taking Villanova.
Me and Jeffrey hate Houston, right, Jeffrey?
Villanova over Marquette. Book it. Did you see Tyler Kolek?
No shot, by the way.
Tyler Kolek yesterday. They won 4 in a row. They beat Seton Hall by 18. Tyler Kolek had 4 points and 11 assists. He had 0 points with like 6 minutes to go.
Yeah. I think he texted me that.
By the way, I think St. John's is going to make the tournament. Thoughts?
Great.
Xavier and UConn already played today.
Xavier over UConn, but that's a wild pick. Yes, Tyler.
Xavier and UConn already played.
What?
Xavier UConn played earlier.
Yeah.
UConn won 99-56. If you want to pick them when they don't play again this year, then you can, yeah.
Who won? UConn 99-56.
UConn's highest margin of victory in a Big East game since 2005. I think Hurley's kid, who looks about 5'7", came in at the end of the game, made a 3.
Bootzilla says Nebraska over Wisconsin. Who's at home? Who's that? Is that Nebraska at home that game?
I think it is Nebraska at home. Doesn't seem like that much. I mean, it's an upset, but it's not that crazy. Gonna get crazier. At Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska at home is good.
Yeah.
Tough week for Wisconsin. They got Nebraska and Purdue. But then they follow that up with Michigan and Rutgers.
Might get an L. Bunker says, and TSJ has to start driving aggressively again, go Illini, and we have to make free throws. Yeah, Terrence just still seems out of sort. He can't get to the rim as easily as he used to. Who does TCU play this week? Are you looking that up?
Mm-hmm.
Being there silently.
Texas Tech Tuesday. That's a good. Texas Tech is first in the Big 12 right now. 5-1.
They ended up beating Baylor last night.
Who?
TCU?
Yeah, overtime.
Dang.
The Big 12 is insane right now, and Bill's self-complaining. Like, shut up.
What's he complaining about?
He complained about the unbalanced schedule or something, saying it's not as impressive to win it this year. So I don't know. Whatever. Stupid. I mean, it's a great conference.
He's just making excuses.
They're 4-3, so it's like them being 4-3 is like other schools being 0-7.
That's true. Yep. All right. As always, we want to thank the Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon at 700 East Broadway Avenue in Mattoon, Illinois. You can find them online at www.alamo-steakhouse.com. Their Sunday special is an 8-ounce prime rib with a glass of wine for all you wine lovers out there. $26 for that. Be on the lookout for the February specials. Go follow them on Facebook. You can find them at Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon, Mattoon, Illinois. If you would like to be a sponsor for our episodes or our watch parties, please reach out to us on Twitter or email us at IlliniBasketballPodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, leave a review. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us as always. Good stuff.
Pretty weak upset pick, Jeffrey, not gonna lie, but that's all right. I mean, I know Texas Tech is first in the conference, but it's not that crazy, you know. I guess from a metrics perspective, it's not that crazy. You know what's crazy though about Texas Tech this year? They're not doing it the way that you would think a Grant McCasland team would do it. They're not a great defensive team. 67th in efficiency. That feels weird. It really does. Because if you look at McCasland's teams, this is his first year there, but like North Texas was top 25 in efficiency on defense the last 2 years and then 48th the year before that. So it's a bit weird to see them doing it the way they're doing it. So there you go. Great hire, by the way. McCasland's a great hire. I thought the Mark Adams thing was always kind of weird to begin with to replace Beard. Did you catch any of the Providence Georgetown stuff?
A little bit at the beginning.
I'm totally on Providence's side there, but also I understand it from Cooley's side. But I like them going after Cooley. It's funny.
I mean, I like that Cooley said, you got a great coach. You know, praise him, boo the asshole or something like that. I don't know if that was a real quote or not, but
probably not, but whatever.
It sounded cool.
Devin Carter was unbelievable down the stretch in that game. in a game where, hey, one prediction I got right was I said Jaden Epps was going to have a good game and they were going to lose by 20. Jaden Epps had a good game and they lost by 8. Jaden Epps had 26. Of course, he was 3 of 13 from 3, which that wouldn't fly at Illinois. Jaden Epps took 27 shots in that game. No wonder he went to Georgetown. You think Brad Underwood would let that happen?
Absolutely not.
9 for 27. What are we doing? He played all 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That is a horrible team. That team is so bad. Listen to this starting lineup. Have you heard of any of these players outside of Jaden Epps? Which I have, but I'm asking other people here, obviously. Jaden Epps, Wayne Bristol. Apparently a Howard transfer from a couple years ago. I don't know. Dontrez Styles, North Carolina. Yeah. Supreme Cook, Fairfield transfer. Name. And Jay Heath. And then they got Ismail Massoud from Kansas State last year. But other than that, that is a team of nobodies for me.
Jeffrey says Providence is brawling teams like watching hockey when they play.
Devin Carter had this is efficient. This is a difference in efficiency, right? Devin Carter had 29 points on 14 shots. Jaden Epps had 26 points on 27 shots. Yikes. Devin Carter also had 4 steals.
They say he's the best two-way player in college basketball.
He might be. You know how much better that Providence team would be if Bryce Hopkins didn't tear his ACL?
That's true, yeah.
Man, that's tough. They got a good team, though. They got Devin Carter. They got Ticket Gaines, who's a very good player from George Mason, was actually originally a Tennessee guy. He's money from the end. I mean, that's a guy shooting 77% from 2. They got Garway Duel, who's the guy who sucker punched that guy on K-State in non-conference. They got Jaden Pierre, who's a very talented youngster. They got Josh Oduro, the big man, at 22 points. So, yeah, I mean, Providence is way better than Georgetown. They probably should have won by 28 instead of 8. But fun day in college basketball yesterday. Lots going on. Kentucky, I think, won without Rob Dillingham, so bounce back for them. Illinois was able to beat Indiana in a thriller. It was the worst game ever to watch.
Yeah, it was not great.
On one end, you have a team playing 1960s basketball. And then the other end, you have a team trying to play modern-day basketball but missing everything. It's good stuff. How long do you think the Mike Woodson thing lasts at Indiana?
Man, I don't know.
I feel like he's done a pretty good job. I mean, they did have Trace Jackson Jefferson for the first couple of years of his tenure there. They're lucky he stuck around.
They gotta find some shooters, right? Like that.
He's made the tournament.
You just can't have 6'8" guys that can't shoot all over the court.
Yeah, you need Mackenzie Mbago to be more of a to play initiator. He needs to go. Let him go.
Yeah, let him cook.
But yeah, I mean, he's made the tournament twice there. It's just really ugly, and they haven't been great in the Big Ten. I think he's 25 and 24 in the Big Ten. So who knows? All right, we'll be back Tuesday night. Probably go live about 5:50, 6 o'clock game, the first 6 o'clock game ever in the history of Illini basketball. Before we go, I'm just going to check who the game after Illinois is, just to get that squared away here. Very important information to what we're going to be watching while we're yelling at the chat about a loss. Hold on. Michigan State. Yikes. Jesus. That's going to be a bloodbath. All right. That's going to be like
you won, by the way.
The opposite of football. All right. Good. I mean, that doesn't really do anything for their metrics. It probably hurts them, but still, win's a win. All right. We will be back Tuesday night. We'll see everybody then.